Tracy. How are you today? Oh, just looked up at the comments. There's can't speak. There's loads of you. Hi Tracy. Hi Wendy. Hi Alison. Hi Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Hi Susan. So we have 5 of you on YouTube and 4 of you on Facebook. So hello, wherever you're watching from. Hello and welcome. How are you? So I've had a good day today. I've been working away on the website. I know I've been talking about building a new website, and we have been doing it for months, literally. And my husband's taken some time off. We've spent the last two and a half days just solidly sitting working on it. I think hopefully we are in a position that I can contact my previous email website providers and let them know we're willing to switch over at some point soon. So hello Alistair. Alistair's watching on Instagram. That means him and Lisa will be causing a riot over there. So we've been working away on that, and then this afternoon, as you may have heard, I am now home educating my child. It's all official. We've had approval from the school board, which is a great relief. So we were doing PE today, so we were rock climbing. I wasn't personally rock climbing. Me and another mum, whose daughter is also home educated, we were sat drinking coffee, and the girls were wall climbing. You've shared on your page and in 3 groups. Thank you ever so much, Alison. I do appreciate it. If I can be cheeky and ask if you are willing to share to your pages and into groups that allow it, I would really, really appreciate it. As we're all aware, it's quite a difficult time in the industry just now. But what has been lovely is the crafting community has really come together. There's been no ego amongst suppliers. There's lots of there's a new page, it's on my Facebook page. I think it's Craft Suppliers Direct it's called, and we're building that up. We've got a YouTube channel attached to it, so we're sort of working on creating alternatives for you, for those of you that miss creating craft. And you guys are, it was always about you guys, but you've all been so supportive, so thank you so much. Yes, rock climbing, I didn't do it. My husband and I used to do rock climbing quite a lot when we were first married. That was 25 years ago. It's not quite as fit as we are now, but I was watching it thinking I should maybe give it a try again. Oh, there's a whole load of you on Instagram. Hello Sarah and Lisa and Heavenly Sensations, sorry. Hello, welcome to you all. Anyway, Sharon saying that anyone's welcome to Sharing Crafts Friends United. So there's loads of us. There's also Crafting Together with All Brands. There's stuff going on everywhere, and I think situations like this have really proved what a powerful and caring community this is, because literally everyone has rallied, and everyone's supporting each other. And like, for example, I had the lovely Paula doing a live for me this week, which was really kind of her, especially as she's feeling quite emotional about things. Lou Sims is doing one for us next week. I've also been chatting to some other former presenters and stuff, and we're all keeping in touch, and we're all keeping each other going, and we all have lots of plans. So anyway, yes, it's all about sharing the love of craft. Anyway, I've been waffling far too long. So my latest stamps and the latest ephemera collection touches on kawaii art. I love kawaii art, but basically it's creating characters out of inanimate objects. And it's a really big art style in Japan, and I love it. But I've started sort of leaning into that. But in a way you can build your own. Now Kezia came up with the idea that going forward I could continue this, that if I'm doing a stamp that's got an inanimate object, that we could have a face to go with it, and we could build a whole collection, which is a great idea. But what I thought I'd do is, I thought I'd look back on old stamps that I have and see if I can turn some of the older JMC designs into kawaii art. So that is what we're going to do today. Love your characters behind me. See, hang on. See those ones there? Hang on. I can never do it in reverse. Yeah, those little cups there. They are crocheted cups, and they were done by my daughter. So she did them all for me to launch the range, and then there was a whole load of stuff going on at the time it was launched, and I never quite took photos, but I will do. But yeah, she's made all of them. So I asked her, because there was 3 paper packs. There was the Golden Meadow, which was autumnal. We've got the, hang on, I can't do this in reverse. We've got the orange one, and then we've got the normal coffee coloured one there. And that one, although it looks quite light, is actually a really pale blue, which goes with the sweet peppermint papers. So anyway, let's actually do some crafting. I'll swizzle you around and we'll do the funky thing with the lighting because I've still not worked out how to do that properly. So we will just, oh hang on, there we go. We will just sort that. And then we shall start stamping and see what occurs. Let's get all the lighting sorted. Hello, Rianne. Rianne, your make, oh my goodness. So if you are not aware, we do have a Facebook group, a GMC Crazy Craft Hive, and the lovely Rianne put the most amazing make in. She's like adapted like a bee, so it looks like a bat, and it's all dark and very very autumnal. Absolutely loved it. So thank you for that, Rianne. Do pop into the group and check it out. Yes, my girl Kezia is incredibly talented. Right, so let's get started. So I've got poor Lisa, when I sent the message of like what stamps I was going to be using, she must think, what on earth? What on earth are you doing? Yes, so I pulled out a whole load. So I'm going to start off with In the Moonlight. This is going to be my main character. So I'm going to start off with In the Moonlight here. And just a reminder, because we did have the lovely Paula doing a live, that we had a discount code to celebrate that. That discount code is still active. So if you use the code Paula, which is kind of spelled like Paula, Paula, 15, you can get 15% off. I can, if you've not found them all yet, Lisa's put it in the comments on Facebook. Paula 15 will get you 15% discount off. And what's lovely is I'm going to be seeing Paula and Leonie and Erica and Sarah and Lisa, Louise next week. So I've not got a live for you next week, but I am working on the epic video for stencils. And honestly, I decided to do a deep dive into all the things that you can do with stencils, and I have come up with so much stuff. So I'm working on editing that. So next Thursday, although I'll not be live, at 7 o'clock we should have a video go up. So I'm going to take this one from Hug and a Mug, and we're going to turn this little moon into a wee character. As soon as you knew they have been posted, Alison. They are on their way. Oh, thank you for doing a blog post. So Beautiful Dreams, yes, this is in the Beautiful Dreams collection and In the Moonlight, and we're just going to add a little face right in the centre there. And that was really stupid because we've still got it. Look, he's now a smiling moon. So as I said, going forward, kawaii, I will probably do a lot more stamps like this with nice open spaces, but then little faces that you can build it into. Kawaii art's a whole thing. There's a whole genre. Kawaii basically means cute in Japanese, but it is a kind of like bringing inanimate objects to life is that particular style. But I want Pasha. Here she is. So I'm going to take Pasha and I'm going to steal her hat. So I'm going to do this and paper piece this one on. I'm going to be doing masking tonight, but this particular one I want actually paper pieced. Hello, Miferus. Or a moon with a tongue out. Just going to ink up her head because I don't actually need all of it. Sorry for you guys on Instagram. I've just realised I'm right at the bottom corner. I shall rearrange myself so that that's a bit more central. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this because Pasha's got the gorgeous sort of pirate scarf, but I also thought that could look like a nightcap. Swashbuckling sweethearts. Poor Lisa is going to deserve a medal after all of this. Ooh, that was close. I sort of got a bit carried away with the choppity chop there. trying to get all of this done. Right. So actually, what I'm just going to cut the hat. I'm going to add more clouds in a bit. Now there was a little eye patch which kind of does show on it, but I'm thinking with colouring we hide that. We'll hide that with colouring. It's all good. Let's cut this out. You'll take a chocolate medal. What? I mean, you must have thought, what on earth, when you saw the list? There was that many stamp sets. I'm like, sorry, I don't have time to find the links. Right, so then we're creating a little nightcap for him. How cute is that? Oh my days. Right, and what I have done is I have made a mask. So basically I have stamped it. Now, when you create a mask, what you want to do is make sure you want really cheap copier paper, because it's really thin. And then all I've done, so I've stamped it, cut it out, and then I have used the Crafter's Companion stick and spray, because it creates sort of like a repositionable stick, like you would on a post-it note. So I'm going to pop this down here. You ready, Lisa? I've got another stamp set coming for you. I'm going to surprise you. Can you guess which one it's going to be? I mean, to be honest, a lot of my stamp sets have these in. I'm kind of known for them. But anyway, we're going for Cherry Tree Lane, and we're going to borrow the little cloud. And I'm just going to build this up a little bit so we have a few more clouds. Plenty. I need sweets. Actually, I don't need sweets. I keep telling myself I'm going to start being good. I was sitting there thinking to myself, oh, I think I'll go for a swim tonight, because I've redone my membership. Now that we have Kezzy at home, it's kind of like she likes swimming, so I'm thinking this will be it'll be good sort of. I want to build this up a little bit, so we've got a few more clouds, but I'm just trying to work out where they should go. And I also have a little mask for this cloud as well. That one there. Okay. Let's put one there. I'm not going to put any here yet, because there's something else I want to do first. Okay, we might have more clouds. Let's just do the grand reveal. Okay. Ah, look. Do you feel it needs another one down there though? We might just have clouds at this rate. I feel like, let's put another one there. There we go. Little cloudy sky. It's so cute. So cute. Right, then I have got, so we're almost done, Lisa, you're getting there. Tweets Hut. And I'm just going to use the tree. Now originally I was going to put it this side, but I'm wondering now, because I brought that cloud lower down, I think we might be best doing it over here. So I want two, and I want this one to be in the foreground, so I'm going to stamp it first, and I want it lower down. Oh no! I've just put a big smudge there! How annoying. Anywho, right, so I'm going to do one about there. Let's mask it off. Stamp that a bit squint, never mind. It's a squinchy. And then I'm going to do one a bit higher up. Okay. And then I'm going to grab the other kawaii face from the Hug in a Mug collection. Now, I was originally going to put this heat up here. I think, are we going to hide the dirty? I'm going to put this one in the mid, a little circle there. And one there. There we go. So we've got little kawaii trees as well. And then finally, I'm going to grab mice weather. So we had restocked these because we were going to take them to Create and Craft. So I've got plenty of them in stock now. And I'm just going to take some of these raindrops and we will add, and I think we're going to have to get our little mask again. We'll add some raindrops. Then I'm going to colour all of this in. Oh, my throat is just like, throat feels like it's going to go. Oh, that was almost lucky. Right, so I'm going to just get some little raindrops. I love these raindrops because they've got the little hearts in them as well, which just makes them particularly cute. And seeing as we're doing cute kawaii, that seems appropriate. You can have a rest now, Lisa. We're going to have fun colouring all this in. Probably should have been slightly more prepped. Never mind. Let's get these covered again so that I can get some more raindrops going. Phew! Lisa can just breathe for a little minute now and enjoy, I was about to say enjoy the show. That's not quite what I meant, but you know, just enjoy. Okay, I don't know whether that's really too busy now, but hey ho, it's too late. Actually, I'm just going to move these masks around a little bit. And I'm just going to add a few more over here. Okay. And we've created a very random kind of nighttime-ish scene. We need to colour it all first though. I'm thinking it's not going to be too much colouring because like clouds don't require much colouring. I'm scanning because, there we go, I just needed to find where to put my glue. I hope you don't get the cold. It started with this sore throat. Yeah, I would quite like not to get the cold, especially as I'm going away next weekend. Well, actually, we're kind of sort of leaving Wednesday night. I'm making our way down. So we're going to spend like a day at the Trafford Centre and stuff like that. Look at that, that is so cute. Right, let's get our pencils out. And we'll give it a little bit of a colour. Let's see if I can just move all of these out of the way. Hello, Pink Knitter. Lovely to have you with us. Maybe, Susan, I just need to have a hot toddy tonight, just in case it's not just a dry throat from talking and I'm going to start with cold. Maybe to protect myself, I need to not have... Right, let's get some Right, we've got the moonlight, so I'm going to take some of these pale blues and let's take some pale yellows because there will be a reflection of light. And I'll take a darker blue for some of the raindrops. We can maybe take some teals. Need a wee pink for the cheeks. And I can come back and get more, but I'm just sort of having a rough. You'd have a double. Will I be passing you, Lisa? How far away are you from the Trafford Centre? I don't actually like shopping. I could meet you for a coffee. Whilst Kezia and Alistair shop. Right. And then it's kind of just, it's between Stoke-on-Trent and Birmingham that the actual class is happening. So I'm not a tutor or anything, I've actually paid to go on. But I thought it's quite good, as I said, because Kezia's homeschooling now as well, it's kind of like an art class for her as well. So that's what we're going to do. Right, I'm going to sort the hat out later. We might get some, we can always bring some of our acrylic markers in a little bit, but we can just about sort of get started with this. I don't know if something, I don't know if something happened with Facebook there, because there was about 8 of you on Facebook and 5 on YouTube, and now the YouTube numbers jumped down and the Facebook, the YouTube numbers jumped up and the Facebook one's gone down. Right, I'm going to, let's put in a little bit of yellow into some of these clouds, because as I said, we would have a little bit of reflection coming from the moon. Probably should have got some more yellows for the actual moon, but never mind. So I'm just sort of thinking, I'm adding the yellow little bits in relation to where the moon is to that particular cloud. You're going to be about 50 minutes from you in Rudley. I am absolutely rubbish at geography. I keep having to look at all of these new places, you know, as places to go, where we could possibly take JMC designs. If we were to choose to, and I know it sounds daft, but everywhere seems more complicated to get to than Peterborough, and more expensive, even though it's kind of like not as far, I think, because it's kind of like cross country and stuff like that, whereas Peterborough, it was just like one train, and quite often just like one change, either Edinburgh or York, and it just like took me straight there, and then I was just there, whereas anywhere else I seem to need to go, it's like, oh my days, it's extortionate. So I genuinely don't know what we're going to be doing. We're just going to work it out. You're about 40 minutes away from the Trafford Centre, or 40 minutes away from where the class is happening. I should know this because I know your address. I send you parcels often enough. I don't actually pay it. If Alistair's still in on Instagram, he'll tell you how bad my geography is. It's really bad. And I'm just putting a little bit of shading in the clouds. As I said, I don't think we need to worry about it too much. I probably should have got a white pencil. I will go back and get a white pencil now and sort of blend it out. But yeah, with clouds being white and just needing a little bit of reflection. You wanted to go to the class, but because you don't drive, it's over 2.5 hours by train. Oh yeah. Oh, you're about 40 minutes away from the Trafford Centre. You have to see if you can get Michael to take you over. I'll meet you for coffee. I need a white pencil. White. Where are you? That's not white, that's French grey. I'll have a look at my other pencil case down the side. It might actually be, which I'll have to check in the loft. I had started packing to go to Create and Craft. I'd sort of half packed, and then I was hearing through other suppliers that they were going off air. So it may be sort of half packed somewhere. It's a white pen. Okay, so I have a feeling that my white pencil might be sort of half packed in a box somewhere. Is my sharpener in this one? No, of course not. Why would you have a sharpener to hand? It's in my travel pencil case, which is currently in my handbag. Right, I'm just going, you're not probably see much here. I'm just, I should put you on the side angle really, shouldn't I? I'm just kind of burnishing over that with the white pencil. Just so that we get a little bit more of a blended look. And then I'll move on to some of the other. We'll get some dark watercolours onto this afterwards, just to sort of pump up the colour. Hello Sharon, how are you? Beth doesn't live too far from the shop. We're not actually going to be there Wednesday, Lisa. We'll be arriving probably about 3 o'clock on Thursday, and then we will be there Friday morning, and then we will be driving further down to go to the class. I'm hoping to get there the night before, get there a bit early, and then I can meet up with Louise, Paula and Leonie. That's the plan anyway. Right, there we go. So cute. While I've got the blue out, I'm going to do some of these little raindrops. We might have to... I'm partly using the pencils first because I'm hoping that as we start to get watercolour on there, we might get a little bit of a resist. If we don't, we can put it back in with acrylic markers afterwards, because acrylic markers are great. They literally go over everything because they're paint. They are my newfound love. The only thing I don't like about acrylic markers is you don't get the same blending capacity as you have with other colouring mediums, but I think it's just learning a new style of art. You can create a more sort of graphic style with like definite lines between shadow, highlight and everything, rather than it being beautifully blended. I prefer a blended look, but it's embracing and learning a new style of art. Right, so get the little love hearts done. You did some crayon colouring today. You're very pleased with it, so thank you for the inspiration. Oh, hello Michelle. Yeah, crayon colouring is great fun. I'm going to do a whole video on it. I have been honestly, I've got so many videos planned in my head and not enough time. And my time is even, I don't have as much time as I had before. Life has changed quite substantially for me over the past few weeks. It's been one of those cases of like, yeah, everything's sort of changed at the same time. But there you go, 'tis what it is. What am I saying? Yeah, so in creating a video that I'm working on at the minute, I did some playing with crayons, and then also as I was playing with crayons, I've actually come out with a whole load of different ideas of things you could do with crayons. We're going to need another pink. So I might actually do a sort of crayons for crafters video, because actually there's multiple uses for crayons. Right, let's get a darker pink. We need a dark pink. This will do. And probably a lighter pink too. And we need a few more yellows. Not that the moon is particularly yellow, but because we don't want it ending up looking like the sun, but we still sort of maybe need a bit of depth. So let's take these more muted tones and we'll blend them into the blues and greys. Hello Fisher Arts, how are you? Lovely to have you with us. Right. So, give some of these hearts a bit more interest, darker tone. Can you see what I'm doing okay? I should probably flip to the, what happens if we do this? Sometimes when I do this, it's fine, but go to that angle for a little while, but the colours seem a bit more washed out. You're fine, thank you. I am. I'm very good, thank you. There's a lot of change here. It seems to happen like that sometimes. It does. It's just, it's been good because there was quite a few different situations in personal life and in work life that decisions needed to be made about, and I hadn't sort of fully made the decisions. But then we had a week of like it literally all happened at the same time. But it's good now. It's just that at the minute I haven't yet discovered my new routine. So I've got a friend who also home educates her daughter. So at the minute we're kind of thinking that we'll have, that we will do, we can sort of have, I can have both the girls like one day and she can have both the girls another day. So that will carve out one full day. And also I can sort of do things as she's doing her schoolwork and things. She is old enough that I can come down here and do some bits and pieces. And we will be doing sort of some online classes and things like that. But then also there are things that like I'll be out and about a bit more. Like today we were out doing rock climbing and stuff like that. So it's just a change. We'll adapt. It's exciting. It's all exciting. It's kind of new challenge. And with my business as well, I feel like I'm completely starting over. I was already sort of moving in a direction that I was going to change the model of how things worked, but the hand's been forced with that, and also with the time factor changing, you know, it's back to the drawing board, and hopefully we will get there with it all. Right, are we liking this angle, or is it a little bit too washed out? Let me know. Right, I'm actually gonna, I kind of want to do partly a blue colour in this moony guy, because obviously he's the moon. So we don't want him too yellow. And little bits of yellow as well. Yes, there's loads of resources, Rianne. It's not nearly as scary. Once you start looking into it, it's not nearly as scary as I thought it would be. You also don't really need to do curriculum-based learning. So in my head, homeschooling was you have to sit there and they have to have their worksheets and you have to actually teach them how to do things. And whereas actually a lot of it can be done with practical learning. So it's like when we go to the workshop, that can be classed as schoolwork, because really wish, what have I done with my sharpener? Do I have another sharpener lurking about? We'll put this one. Hello, Simply Shaz Beniz. Sorry, I'm afraid some of the Instagram ones I don't do so well with the names because it gives me, you can see the colours better on that one. Should we stick with this one then? I don't know what's, I'm going to have to, Alistair, I need to get Alistair down here sometime, and because like, he had it all set up so the colours were much better, and now they just seem to be all over the place a little bit. Hello, Hughes 1455. Lovely to have you with us. Right, my moon's a bit patchy, so I'm going to put like little bits of sort of patchiness in. Do you know what I mean? It's like the craters of the moon. I don't want him too yellow because I think that would be a tad off-putting. But let's just sort of put kind of little circly dents in there. And you prefer the overhead on YouTube? Okie dokie. The side camera always worked really well, and it was always everyone's favourite when we were colouring, but I do agree for some reason it's really washed out. As I said, once we've stopped spending all our time trying to sort the new website, which is just literally eating away hours of time. My husband's self-employed, and the poor thing, well, he took a week off when we first started moving it to do that. That was about 6 months ago. And we've both been sort of doing it in evenings and weekends and stuff like that. And then he's been off all week doing it again this week. But once we have kind of sorted that out, hopefully then we will have a bit more time for sort of doing things like fixing the camera lighting on here, because it should be, I had the side on specifically for colouring and it did work really well, but I don't know what's happened. Anyway, I'm going to emphasise the little eyes there a little bit. I'm going to put a bit more yellow. Should we do this one? I think this will all start to pop a lot more once we get some watercolour on. I'm going to get some nice dark blues and things on the watercolour. Actually, this little French grey colour is working quite well. I'm just burnishing now with this. So we're filling up the tooth. I'll sing a song to myself. Right. Realise we've not got browns out either for the... Hello, Stone, how are you? Even the schools use a lot of worksheets. Yeah, well the thing is you don't actually need to. I think that's the thing. She's got some... So she is doing curriculum-based learning for maths and English. And we've got some books and she does a little bit of those each day. Actually, the shadow should be this side because the light's coming from here, but never mind. I'll build it up this side as we go. I'm not doing my best colouring here. I'm just trying to get colour on the page. I realised I've not got any browns for the trunks out either. Never mind. Brighten this up now with some other brighter greens. And tomorrow we're going into town and doing, there's like a music shop called Rock Kids, but although it's a shop, you're allowed to go in, and they have like different musical set up in the middle, musical instruments set up in the middle of the shop, so you can go in and have a little play of the various musical instruments. So tomorrow we're doing that. A bit of music tomorrow, so that should be fun. One thing that I'll be doing a lot more, like drawing on location and filming on locations. So when I eventually get back to it, I did try and start filming a vlog this week, but trouble is I ended up getting to the point where I need to get stuff done, so I can't sort of be focusing on moving the camera and all of that. I'm setting that up as well. But I'm definitely going to try and film one next week, especially as we're going down to the workshop, because that'll be really fun. But hopefully as I get that sort of sorted again, it'll be a lot more interesting because I won't be sat in the studio all day every day. I will be out and about and having to work on the go as we do different things. You never use worksheets in the primary school you work in. So what's your favourite teaching methods, Alison? I need to get hints and tips here. So I'm just applying a bit more pressure now on these bits, just so that we can fill in that tooth. What's the workshop you're doing? It is the Craft Collective workshop that I'm doing. So it's the lovely Sarah from Funky Fossil. So she has created a little group called the Craft Collective that includes herself, Erica, Leonie and Paula. And they've been going for a good few months now, but they're doing their first ever workshop next Friday. And Kezia and I are booked on to do that. I think there's going to be lots of workshops from Like obviously, like I'm working on a few different things where as an industry sort of and craft brands, we're pivoting quite a bit at the minute. But I'm definitely going to be doing at least one workshop because I've already said yes to one. I might be doing a workshop with the girls from the Craft Collective at one point. We've been talking about it. So, but I definitely think you're going to see lots of workshops from lots of brands popping up all over the place. So I'd imagine at some point there'll be something in your area because there's going to be a lot of people doing a lot of things. So this tree here I'm making quite a bit darker because he's behind this one. So it's going to be darker. Anyway, so I'm trying not to make the face too dark because we will lose the cuteness of it. Very random. Are we liking this, or is it so random? Because it's like I just really wanted to see that if I could turn some of my other stamps into kawaii. But because I seem to be obsessed with polka dots and different things, I didn't have. I mean, that can be a challenge for you. What JMC stamps do you think you can turn into kawaii by adding these little faces? Because I had to look through, and these were the ones that I thought would be the easiest. But it'd be quite interesting, and I think it's great to kind of get out your older stuff. I think sometimes we get so excited about all the new stuff, that it's good to remember stuff that we've already got in our stash. And also it's good to kind of think, oh, I can make that work. I'm actually going to go over that main yellow bit in the centre, try and darken it up a bit. Some really dodgy colouring here. It's not my best work. A pencil colouring, to do it well, needs to be a nice, long, slow process. I have another video. I think I've got so many video ideas and not enough time. But anyway. Right, just need to grab some rounds and then we can move on to the watercolour stage. We're doing alright for time though. It's very cute, perfect for kawaii. Thank you. Does anyone else like kawaii art? Because I'm sitting there getting really obsessed about it and thinking it's amazing, and saying that I'll bring more, but it should really be what you guys want. Do you like kawaii art, or could you not care less? Because there's no point me doing it if nobody else likes it. Your flowers would work well. Yeah, they would. There's not a huge amount of open spaces in a lot of them, as I've discovered, because I needed enough space to be able to fit a face. But I mean, I've not, I could play with some of the digital stuff as well, but that's for another day. I also want to have a little play with the mugs, and you know, in the Bumble Buzz, is it the honey and lemon stamp set? We've got the bumblebee sort of playing in the teacup. I think that would work really well with some of the stamps from Hug and a Mug. So many ideas, so little time. Hello Kitty type animals and the manga girls, yeah. Yes, you need open spaces and inanimate objects. Yeah, well that's the plan going forward. The plan going forward is we will have a lot more images like that, with the ability to sort of turn them into kawaii if you want. And then you will build up a bank of, because each time I do a new face it can be different, and you'll build up a bank of interchangeable sort of stamps that you can use in different ways. So that is what the plan is going forward. But it was just, obviously that's going to take a little bit of time to design, and when it comes to stamps, I'm hoping that I can still maybe bring out 4 collections a year, but I also can't guarantee that. Just with life changes, I can't guarantee that that is what the case will be. So that's why I was trying to see, can I do it now with the stamps that we've got? I'm loving the trees. I think this background's looking a little bit lost at the minute. But I'm hoping that once we add the paintwork to make it sort of more nighttime, we can bring it out, and we can also possibly, oh, I need to do the little cap, don't I? Right, so we need a dark colour. Let's go for brown because we have to colour up where this patch was. So I'm going to go for brown on these ones. I didn't even bother shading there. That's how rushed I am. That's not like me at all. Anywho. Lighter. I was just so eager to cover that patch because obviously it was a little pirate. It was a pirate eye patch, which doesn't really work for this. Oh yeah, I was going to put teals in there. Never mind. Once you put the dark, exactly. That's the plan. I know it looks random now, but I have faith. Trust the process. Pop some of. Put some blue there. Now I've got a little stripy nightcap for him. Okie dokie. Let's grab some watercolour. Just realised that my spray has hardly any water in it, so we're going to have fun activating it. That's for sure. Right. Just going to try and find some paints. Let's see how we get on with this set first. You think glitter here and there? Ooh. A little bit of glitter. Could possibly get some come on, paints. Alistair, if you're still watching, can I get some water for my spray bottle? I don't know if he is because he's not commented, but we'll soon find out. Man, this is a lot of effort. Right. Let's grab a bit. Look, I actually have invested in new paintbrushes because I realise I've destroyed them all by having them sit in water. So do you need the other packet? I mean, I still didn't spend a lot of money because I am known for destroying paintbrushes, so I probably wouldn't invest in expensive ones because I would just destroy them. So that, well, you can see they're $3.99. They're not expensive brushes, but yeah, because I've destroyed so many of my brushes by leaving them sit in water for weeks on end. I thought I better sort of treat myself to some new ones. Right, I'm going to go in with this one. We'll see how we go. Oh, I'm hearing. He's obviously still watching. Thank you. Oh, that's going to be hard to hear. Yeah, to pour it into there. A jug would have been handy, but never mind. He did come. He has come. He has rescued me. Right. Sounds like you're peeing out. It's just like. Thank you, darling. Right. So I did use a hybrid ink when I was stamping so that we would have the ability to use different mediums. So I'm just kind of going in quite precisely close to the image. Oh, random fly. And then I'm pulling it out. You visited the Haruka area of Tokyo many moons ago, and the kawaii girls in their clothes were very different to the UK fashion. Yes, I would love to. I was saying to Kezia, sorry, I keep going on about homeschooling. That's going to be very boring for you all. I'm supposed to be asking about your life, not mine. But I was speaking to Kezia about various projects, and she loves Japan. She loves the artwork. She loves the food, and I was like, we could do a little project on Japan. But I think at the minute we're just sort of getting used to it. We're all just getting used to the new routine. I think once we've got that sorted, the thought of doing different projects is. I do need to go back to the school though and give them their Chromebook back. So, just putting some different blues. I am wanting this to be nighttime because obviously we've got a little bit of a moon. I don't know that I want to fill the whole page either, so just trying to get it in and then pull it out. We can always add more depth to it a little bit later. We'll try putting a bit of purple in there as well. Why not? So, Lots of sort of cloudy looks. As I said, we might lose some of these raindrops a bit, but we'll be fine once. We can always go in with acrylic markers if need be. You'd love some stamps of little Japanese girls. See if you have a check of Dolly Dimples. Dolly Dimples, she has a range of, there are an older range, but she has some little kimono girls. I think she has them in both stamps and decoupage. Alison might know because you're like the geisha girls. Thing is, with any stamp that you've got, see, like for example the butterfly, I could maybe do that. You know the butterfly style stamp, hang on. So it's the live we did last time I was live, which is a while ago. This one here, you could colour that with the way that you're, I mean I can try that, but you could colour that with, you know, like how they have the whited out faces and stuff like that. And you could make something like that look into the geisha girls. And if you like the cute ones, then some of the cute stamps, some of the, you know, you can take stamps that we've got and just change the colour. I know I did that in the past when I was doing my, did a lot of the Kit and Clowder classes. I know I turned like a normal stamp that I had into more of a geisha style one just by kind of, just by colouring it in, by the way you colour it. That is one of the most amazing things about our craft products. That's why I like things like stamps and stencils. You can sort of reuse them different ways and make them look like lots of different things. Oh, the Dolly's Kimono Girls are half price at the minute. Oh, that's good. So yeah, if you're particularly wanting some, Lisa, try the Dolly Dimples have some. Even if I was to bring them out, it would probably be years. Because I already kind of know what next year's releases will be, and that's if I manage to get round to them. And Geisha, the Kimono Girls aren't on it. Sorry. I could maybe do one as a freebie sometime, but... Oh, talking of which, tomorrow's freebie. Tomorrow's freebie day. It's a cutie. It's a cutie patootie. Sorry, I didn't actually give you a choice this month and let you vote. A lot going on. I only got one drawing done. These are like the little dumpy cart. Your free download a long ago was that style. I might have done. The thing is, all the freebies, so every single freebie I've ever done is still available and is still free. The link doesn't expire. If you're wondering where you can find them all, if you go onto my Instagram, so I am covering some of these raindrops here. I kind of knew that would happen. They're too detailed to kind of work around them. If you go onto my Instagram, in my stories, there is like, I've got a whole story folder with all the freebies in, and every single freebie that I've ever done is in those stories. So you can still find them. So I can't actually remember the one everyone's talking about. That's slightly jam. Oh, you're busy. You're busy. The girl with teacup and chopsticks in her hair. Oh yeah. I will see if I can find it. If Lisa wants to... Oh, do you know what? I don't think it was a freebie. I think I had I know the one you mean now. I had a digital kit. Do you know what? I will hunt it out and I could possibly redraw it and release it as a freebie. I know exactly the one you're talking about now. It was one that Kezia asked me to draw. So she was little and she was like, Mum, can you draw a girl that's like with a dress of noodles? And it's like I drew the Japanese bowl as the skirt, didn't I? And then she's got chopsticks in her hair. Yeah, it was in a digi-kit that we retired quite some time ago. And it was all food related. There was a girl with a burger skirt, and then there was the girl with the noodle skirt, and then there was a chocolate chocolate one. It was a food and drink themed digikit. One of, yeah, it goes way back. To be honest, I would probably want to redraw it because a lot of the reasons that I have retired some of these images is I do feel I could sort of improve on the design somewhat. Also just fashions and styles and things change. So I'm sort of kind of going over some of these raindrops. I did think that this would happen, but in a way they're too stark as they are anyway. But we can bring them out with a little bit of gel pen and stuff. But yes, what I will do is, because I will still have the original drawing, I will find it and see if I can tweak it a little bit, improve it, and then I can always release it as an extra freebie at some point. Thank you, Rianne. What a good memory, Rianne. I'm impressed. So I have to say a shout out. There's quite a few of members of my, I'm going to say previous design. I feel really sad just with the current situation. We've had to say goodbye to quite a lot of our teamies, which is very, very sad. But they're still about. They're still here supporting me because they're amazing. Like, so thank you for still being in the chat today and for your inspiration in the group and things like that. Hopefully things will improve. But yeah, thank you for all the inspiration. And that's it, Rianne. That must go way back. That was really impressive. Put some purple in again. It's been a while since we've had some purple. Now this can all be really loose. We are kind of, we're not looking for purple. Oh, that looks very random now. Let's take that out. So just, if you don't make a mistake with watercolour, just sort of add a bit of water and lift it. And then I can go back on with some Sweet and Savoury Digi Collection. That's what it was called, Susan. Yeah. Sweet and Savoury. Yeah, I remember that. That was like really long time ago. There we go. That's, I might put some of the darker stuff on there once it's cooled down. We're getting there. Amazing. It looks a bit more nighttime-y now that we've got the colours in. Nancy Noodle, Coco Caramel, Becky Bap and Sally Sunday. Susan, your memory is amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, Alison. I really appreciate it. I do really appreciate it. Sorry, I've got lost in the zone now. I'm completely at camera. Look at that, that's far too dark. I'm just trying to get around these trees. We will pull that out with water in a little bit and dab it, because right now that's a bit excessive. It's just trying to get the accuracy around it where we've, there we go, where we've kind of coloured. I'm gonna like add some of this lighter blue, I think. Oh, now I've got a fresh thing, I can activate it a bit more. Oh, hello Marisa, how are you? I've just been talking about our girls and wall climbing today. Not that we did it, we just sat and drank coffee. Right, so this, I did have all of these raindrops standing out, but we can possibly lift it a little bit with water. Just literally splodging this everywhere. There's like absolutely no skill required at all for this. Just splodge the colour about. Hello Anne, how are you? Lovely to have you with us. And Mocha Scraps. And there's Pat here. Haha, yes, but somehow it's still tiring even though we only watch them climb. Absolutely. My back really hurts. Put my back out watching them. No, actually, I've had a sore back anyway. Right. Left that. I kind of don't want it. I want it sort of looking. It's worked really good at the top, and it's not quite as neat at the bottom. Just need to get a bit more water in, and then what we'll do is we'll cover that and do some splashes to make it look slightly more cohesive, because actually I'm going to bring it all the way down. Let's just have the top empty, because that's just, I don't know, there's just some weird vibes going on there. They're completely unnecessary. There we go. Don't know why I need to sing while I'm painting. There we go. That looks well dodgy, but don't worry, we'll fix it. If it's not right, it's not the end. But it's made the clouds and things pop. There we go. And I'm just going to cover this slightly because I don't want to end up with splashes on my little characters' faces. I'm just going to just give that a little bit of a tap like that so that we've got some. She says I don't want splashes on that. Oh, I've also got it all over the cloud. Hello Toki Creations, how are you? You found that Jane Davenport paints are highly pigmented and harder to get the colour you want. They find the Kuretake easier. Oh, I should use the Kuretake. Look, they're sat right here. I just knew I had that dark blue. I feel the contrast between the blue up there and the blue down here is a little bit too contrasty. If that's even a word. We'll get there. Can't pile too much because this isn't a particularly like watercolor style paper. It's the pink pig journals, and they take a fair amount of water, but they do tend to pill after a while. So I think we are sort of verging on the need to pill. We're just not quite. I'm going to add some water onto this and then try lifting it, and yeah, I'm also going to use, just to see if we can get slightly better. It's not bad. I'm also just going to try and lift. It's not going to lift perfectly, but just try and, because I don't mind there being a bit of blue in the cloud, because obviously there'll be reflection and stuff like that. You can see the pencil has created a resist, the way that water is just pooling on it a little bit. Hopefully we can just lift that a little bit so that we don't have the weird streaky marks that were there. Okay, right, I'm going to grab my heat gun. Grab my heat gun and give that a waft, and then by the time we get, see any of that dodgy blending there that's just like, I mean, I'm not going to lie, that is not the best watercolouring I've ever seen. But it can disguise a multitude of sins with white dots and with gel pens and acrylic pens. So we're getting there. Oh, 8:03. We've been on for over an hour. My word. It's going to be a long one tonight. You found some pink pig watercolour paper pads on their website and they're really good. Ooh, that's worth checking out because I bought... So obviously you see me quite often working in my pink pig journal, and I bought, when I got this one, they had an offer on it that you got 3 for a good price, and this is me now sort of halfway through my 3rd one. So I'm going to need to be investing in new journals, even though I've still got other journals that I use regularly. It's definitely this one that I pull out the most. So yeah, it'd be quite good if they've got ones that have got watercolour paper. The thing is, I'm not sure that I particularly like... The reason you see me heating from both front and back, if you can see that, you can see how much it's curled. And that is because, like, with the wet and then the heat, your paper is expanding and contracting. And so it does that. But if you then just sort of heat it from the back, it tends to sort of curl back on itself again. And it just makes it a little bit easier. I also find that once it's in a book, by the time the book's closed and things, it will... See, I've managed to... See, if I do that now, you can see that it's not... Ooh! focus has gone weird there. You can see that it's not as curved as it was when I showed it earlier. They're the same size as the one you're working on. I like the idea. I maybe have to get one of those and these, because the only thing about if you get watercolour, then it's maybe not quite as good for some of the other mediums. Right. I am going to come in with some little gel pens. Let's see if we can resurrect some of these hearts. Let's see if we can bring them back to life. I actually didn't really want these being as stark as they were at the beginning. I did want them to be sort of a layer detail, not the main focus, but when we started off they were. When we started off you could really see them. So I actually prefer the fact it's a bit more subtle now, but we do need to be able to see them a little bit. Okay. I'm just going to add a little bit of detail to some of the raindrops as well. This paper is still slightly damp. Gel pens are amazing, they really are, but they do like a dry surface. So sometimes they just don't work their best. That's the only thing when you're going live, you don't have the same sort of, in real life I let stuff sort of dry naturally and do its thing, and then I come back a bit later, but that's kind of not real life when we're live. Right, I'm going to go in with lots of little white dots. If I could get a white pen that worked, that would be delightful. Somebody needs to invent a white pen that's just reliable. Gonna work? Oh, this one you're gonna work. Excellent. So I'm gonna come in. I could do this with white splatters, but I don't know where it would. Shall we just do it with white splatters? It might make life a tad easier. Where's my? Yeah, let's do it with white splatters, and then we can add extra details. I'm just going to protect my little moon. Doesn't need that much protecting, but at least their faces need protected. I kind of don't want it to look like snow, I want it to look like stars. Right, so we'll do that, and then we can do the rest with a pen. Let's get our paintbrush. Hello Christine, how are you? Lovely to have you with us. Right, I'm going to try and give this a bit of a clean so I don't turn my nice, although this ink is pretty old. Yeah, I think I've turned it a nice pale blue. Not what we were going for, but hey ho. Right, let's this ink is, it's not even a water-based ink, but just trying to resurrect it. I like this because it's quite opaque. We're sometimes getting the opacity when you do this trick is just not easy. Right, let's just get stars in quickly this way. And I'm going to switch the direction because it makes it look more even rather than paint's being caught by a gust of wind. Okay. Oh, I need to get some a bit more down here, and then we'll emphasize some of these with our actual pencil or pen. I don't know, can you actually see that there's a difference? There is slight there is a slight white. That's not the one that's working. Do you know what? I'm going to come in with 2 seconds. My Artex white pen, acrylic pens, because these are great. They're a lot quicker. So I'm just going to use this and we'll put some extra dots here. these looking like stars, and as I said, it can sort of disguise the dodgy paintwork in the background. We also could just sort of randomly stencil a design over it as well, if we really wanted, if it was really bothering us. Thank you, Christine. What we've tried to do today, Christine, is use the little faces in the Hug and a Mug collection that turned the mugs into kawaii art. And we've pulled out some old JMC design stamps and added the faces to those, just to show that we don't have to just have kawaii mugs. You can have kawaii everything. Obviously today I have done this with JMC stamps because, you know, JMC is my brand. But if you've got any stamp of an inanimate object in your collection, it doesn't have to be a JMC one. You can add a face to it and turn it into kawaii. Right, I'm going to turn some of these into little... Let's see if I can do this one. None of my white pens want to work. They're all very badly behaved. I'm just going to have chunky stars. Actually, that works all right. You can see that quite. I'll turn these into little shiny stars. It looks a bit more like nighttime now. It's picked up a bit of the blue, so I'm just, which is affecting how opaque that is, so I'm just trying to run it off. As I say, any white pen or any white pen work that you do on a project, you're probably best leaving this overnight to dry and then coming back the next day and doing it. Because especially the fact it's a water-based product, it's just lifting up. So there's only so much we can do in the moment. Right, let's add a little bit of white detailing to our pencil work as well. It's quite chunky white line for me. Normally it's much more delicate, but it is what it is. Thank you, Christine. Well done to everyone that's still here. You're doing well. Lasted a while. We have gone over the hour, but never mind. I'm almost finished. Right, so that's me almost done. I think it's quite cute. I think what we need to do is I'm just going to go back to the original stamp set. So please do remember that we do have a discount code on at the minute. So if you are fancying any of the stamp sets that we have used tonight or anything else that is on the website, you can use the code Paula15 and get a 15% discount off it. I am trying to find my Moonlight stamp. Is it in a different place? Where have I put you? Typical, the one stamp set I actually want. Oh dear. Where are you? It's like literally disappeared because I wanted the stamp set in the Moonlight. What have we got over here? There we go. So I'm going to put in the Moonlight and we'll stamp those out onto the white card that we had earlier. And I think that and a doodly border, and we will be good for the evening. I think that will be us. That will be us. Thank you, Susan. And then I'm going to go and have a cup of tea, sort the thumbnail out for YouTube. And then I'm going to come back down. I have, as I said, I'm working on a technique video with stencils, which will be for next Thursday because I'm not here to do a live. And I've just got one more technique that I need to do. So I'm going to have a quick cup of tea and then come back and film that last bit, and then hopefully I can be editing over the weekend. Right, let's get a black pen. And yeah, we'll have to do a bit of a clean-up operation before I start filming again, hence why I probably need a cup of tea. Right. Just give this a little bit of a frame because it just helps. For those of you on Instagram, I am sorry, I seem to keep like slipping the page off the screen, so I'm hoping you could actually see what was occurring. Feel free to shout at me if you're not seeing properly. I'll try and fix. Right. It's a very different screen on Instagram than it is on YouTube and Facebook. Right, so we'll just put in the moonlight. In the moonlight. Like so. And then we will do a doodly border because it's still not looking quite right, but I'm hoping that the doodly border is just going to lift it. I'm going to add a little bit of squiggly grass there as well because I can. And to me, doodly borders fix everything. I'm not going to do it scribble through the cloud though. I'll go either side of the cloud. So was it Tracy was saying that she was concerned about my health because I hadn't done clouds or dangles in a while. Still no dangles, but we do have clouds. Never did add the glitter. Should we add glitter? For those few of you that are still here, do you want me to add glitter? I do have some I've got a quickie. Might just do it with souffle actually. Hello Pippa. Oh, thank you Pippa. What we've been doing is we've been using the brand new kawaii. So this is my latest collection, the Hug in a Mug collection. Let me see if I can find the actual cover of it. No. There's the stamp set here. So, and in the Hug in a Mug collection, we've got these little faces so that you could turn the cups into kawaii art. And what I was going to do was just see if I could pull out some of my older stamps and still turn them into kawaii. So this is an old stamp set here in the moonlight, and this is an old stamp tweets hat. But by using the little faces on our latest stamp set, we've turned them into kawaii art. So it's a little bit different. I'm going to grab some sparkle. Ugh. I'm going to do it with souffle, I think. So let's see, what souffles do I have? I think that one might be quite nice. Let me just see. I have them swatched. You should swatch everything. Everything always looks different swatched. Oh, Magic Potion might be nice if I still have that. And what's this one? Mixed Media Autumn, which is that one. That's Autumn Leaves. Oh no, Magic Potion, yeah. That is perfect. Right. Going to grab an old paintbrush for this. Because I quite like applying it with a paintbrush, but then it is pretty much just a gel medium with added sparkle, so it's going to wreck your brushes. And thank you, Deb. So I'm just going to get some of this. See if it's still, oops. Yeah, you should use your products because they do dry out. We're going to get enough on it to be able to use it. But what I can do is just add little touches of sparkle around The other thing with this particular product is you're best to let it dry to see it at its full impact. I'm just thinking around these clouds. This is quite, it's not completely dried out, but it's on its way out, so it's probably good that we're using it. I'm just going to push it out with those clouds. I will bring this closer to the camera for you to see the sparkle in a little minute. Back to do my little sing song. My goodness, we've been on for like an hour and 20 minutes. That's ridiculous. Try not to make the lives last over an hour. But I guess if you're painting and colouring does take quite a bit of time, unfortunately, which is why I quite often have stuff ready to go. Right. There we go. Thank you, Lisa. Well done, Lisa, for still being with me. Anyone that's still here, say hello. Because I can't believe you're still here. That's quite impressive. Can't believe you've lasted this long. Extra brownie points. I should give you a special discount code, shouldn't I, just for you guys? I'd have to go and set it up. You'd have to give me 10 minutes after it was finished for it to work. What do you reckon? Should we do something like sparkle? We've already got one at 15%. So shall I do a hidden code? Sparkle 20. Sparkle 20. I don't know. Or a special freebie. Oh, I know what I could do. Is if you message me on one of my things with Sparkle 20, I could find that image that we were talking about, Nancy Noodle. I could find her somewhere in the depths of my, she'll be on my computer or my iPad somewhere, and I could send you that for free or something, or just send you a random freebie. I've got a cat with a paintbrush. Right, now I'm getting carried away with the sparkle. I think we've got too much now. Put a little bit up here and a little bit up here, and then we're going to need the tiniest bit over here just for the rule of threes, but not too much. Fun using all the nice sparkle. Right, there we go. I'm just gonna, can you see it? You see the sparkle? There we go. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so message me Sparkle and I will send you a freebie. I can send you the Nancy one, or if you want another one, I can send you a wee digital image free, just as a well done for staying on this late. So yeah, I'm just randomly shaking this now. You probably can't see anything because I'm busy reading the messages, but there you go. That's us for today. As I said, next week I'm not live, but there will be an epic video. You will, honestly, it's amazing. I've not edited it, but I have been impressed at just how many things you can do with stencils when I really sat down and thought about it and started playing. I'm sure that you will find it really interesting. So that will be live next Thursday at 7 o'clock instead of the live crafting. But I'll be about. Don't forget, we have our Facebook page, JMC Crazy Craft Hive. There is inspiration on a daily basis. So check in there. And tomorrow do you get Nancy for adding all the links? Yes, you can have Nancy, Lisa. I will find her for you. Anyway, take care. Thank you, everybody, and I will see you again in a fortnight.